Grand rising, beloveds, love and immunity. Blessed, blessed, blessed thou art, blessed thou day, blessed thy well-being, and blessed thy way. In Within the presence of the Lord. This morning was a beautiful, 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 just a beautiful remembrance of letting go and letting God. As you become one in your lordship, which is just one in the universal law, one in existence, one in what you call God, the kingdom of heaven within. Um, you'll start to connect to the universal law. Remember, this is the universal law. Inside of God's kingdom, this is all there is. There's just eternity, immortality, and mortality. There's no other existence when I say my only intent is life. I have no other intent. So when I can connect within the presence of the Lord, I draw from the heavenly realm. So I'm not picking up on names. I'm not picking up on gods. I'm not picking up on anything. I'm picking up on the universal law. So the universal law is the intelligence of the spirit. And it's like you become this big antenna. You become a conduit. The body is nothing but a conduit, beloveds. The conduit is what this truly is supposed to be within you. And the body is the conduit. The conduit is just the shell. It's just this. This is the conduit. And when you are the conduit, remember it says, stand still and know that I am your God. If you stand still, take yourself out of this whole scenario, die to the whole scenario of you being human, of you being a race, of you being a sex, then you have to be the one thing that you are. Stand still and know that I am God within the presence of the Lord. This is something that takes much, 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 much mastery. Remember, in order for me to get to my priesthood, I had to mature in all these covenants. These are the real covenants: eternity, immortality, and mortality. I had to mature in them. I had to become a master. So in my understanding, I call it a shaman. A shaman is a person who can become one in itself. You don't have a intent, you don't have a motive, you don't have a direction, you don't have a directive, you don't have a knowledge, you don't have an understanding. This is it for you. So I won't draw on to the ego. Once I'm under the transformed and the renewed mind, I'm automatically a conduit for this kingdom. Automatically. There is no way any other frequency outside of me can connect to me. And this is why it's so hard for me to hear other things. You know, a lot of people all of my life, they thought that I was hard-headed or I didn't listen. I'm internal. I am internal. I cannot listen to anything that is not my existence. It's like my soul is my existence, and my soul is a protector. My soul is a law. So my soul always knew how to reject things that did not feel good inside of my holy grail. We have to remember that this is a chemical body, and this is a energetic body, and certain things we are not supposed to produce inside of this world, inside of this existence. There are certain things that we are not. This is a heavenly realm. This is a chemical. See, God made it so fearfully and wonderfully made that you are just a law. You're a law. You should know what can and what cannot come into this kingdom. You already know what can and what cannot come into this kingdom. You already know what can and what cannot come into this kingdom. Why? This is energy. So you know that energy is a law of its own self. It's a law. It's an existence. Do you see energy like breath giving us all life right now, it's an existence. So if you can understand that, I mean, if you can understand it without the intent, without the motive, without trying to be the diabolical mind, Pinky, I come to rule the world. If you can get that without the diabolical mind, which is the ego mind, if you can get that for just the presence of the Lord, just the presence of the Lord. There is no other intention. There is no other motive. There is no other knowledge. Then you will be used as a source, a conduit for the Holy Spirit, the Holy Grail, and the transformed and the renewed mind. Because you will be a, what is it? How can I say? A righteous soul. And a righteous soul is existence. It is just existence. It will never, it's a priest. It's just a priest. It's like being born again over and over, lifetimes upon lifetimes. And when the evolution of this kingdom is ready to rise, or when y'all say when God is going to return back onto you guys, you'll be the one awakened to that constellation. It will be you. And before you get there, God will prepare you. He'll start turning you into a master of the Trinity of life, the truth. You'll become the spirit of truth and knowledge, and you'll be the Christ consciousness. You'll be the conduit. You will be used accordingly to what we call the universal law. So this morning, God said, under this authority, the Spirit, under this authority right here, these two as one. Remember, God said, if you become this as a world, you become the higher spiritual force of evil. God is telling us, once you don't believe yourself to be the spirit, and you believe yourself to be the flesh, you automatically turn your spirit into the higher realm of this kingdom. So what you are doing is you are using your existence as a spiritual warfare in this kingdom. And what you don't understand, because this is the only kingdom that's creating the existence, you are now the adversary. You are forging a warfare against the fabric of existence. God said, in this world, you are a dictatorship. Remember Ephesians 6:12 said, he said, in this world, you're a dictatorship. You're under the authority of authorities and rulerships. In this kingdom, you are the authority of the universal law, which is just existence. You become the conduit. This body becomes a conduit. Your mind becomes a transformed in a renewed mind to speak on the behalf of the fabric of existence. And your body becomes the holy grail, which means that it becomes a channel. It becomes a channel. You become a channel that the spirit, remember all these beautiful, beautiful existences, they're here in the fabric of the earth. They're just like breath. Right now, the living God is walking amongst us. The living God will never go anywhere. It will never go anywhere. So it's just like the breath. Right now, your breath under this authority can speak to man. Under this authority, your breath is existent. So it speaks to the heavenly realm. Two different, this is a constellation. This one is a living existence. Right now, you have a whole ecosystem outside of you. You have the trees, you have the dirt, you have a whole living kingdom around you. And see, all of these little living kingdoms represent one in everything. And remember, each one of these, when they come up into our mother's womb, when you see the whole centennial nation is just the spirit realm. It's the living God. The living God does not have a name. Remember, it says you cannot call God in any other name. It's just a source. This kingdom is just a source. It's a source to itself. So it already knows I am all the elements. I am the elemental kingdom. And what I will do is when I come in my own image, in my own likeliness, I will be your transformed and your renewed mind. And I will feed you my existence. In this kingdom, nothing is feeding you but doctrine. It's kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, whatever the world has written. It's your race, it's your sex, it's your culture, it's whatever the world has conformed you to, conformed your mind to believe you are in this kingdom. In this kingdom, you are nothing. You're just one. You know how Jesus said, I and my Father are one? You know that this body, all this body is a conduit. It's just a cloth that houses existence. And your mind cannot produce anything outside of that existence. It can only ensure the evolution of the gene. That's it. When you are under the authority of the priest, which is what Hosea 4:6, God was saying, God was telling us that, and you don't have to meditate on this, beloveds. I truly don't have to meditate. All of my life since I was a kid, I just knew. I just knew. Like when I meditate, I get to picking up on other people's thoughts and other people's beliefs because I'm trying. When I try, then I'm not who I am. See, this is why people say fake it until you make it. You cannot do that, because why can you not do that? Because you are truly the universe, your source nature. So no one can fake it until they make it. When you fake it until you make it, what you do is you steal other people's, you have to steal other people's gifts. That's what it's telling me, so I can not offend anybody. When you fake it until you make it, you're going to steal from the person you know who was higher than you. That's the crab in the barrel complex. The crab in the barrel complex is because this kingdom, it has no understanding. How it got its all of its knowledge is it steals from people like myself, people who mature and start coming into this knowledge. They just steal it from them. But the thing is that when you steal, like all the people who have stolen the knowledge and they have used it for the world, you have forfeited it to live as you now. Instead of you becoming the conduit, now you're the curse, because you stole from your own evolution. See, in order to come into God's kingdom, you have to master it. You have to become one in it. Like Jesus said, I and my Father are one. You can't come into a heavenly realm under the ego mind. The ego mind is a spiritual force of evil. I don't know how else to tell you this. Why? In this kingdom, your own mind refuses to tell you who you are. In this kingdom, your own mind tells you to feed a chemical body and an energetic existence things that don't exist. If this is existence, the only thing that this kingdom can give on to itself. Remember, it's an eye for an eye. This is why you got to understand the truth. If you can't understand the truth of your existence, you are just bondage. You will be bondage. Why? Because this whole entire existence is a organism. It's a living kingdom. It's a living kingdom. So this is why it says, though I may walk in the valley of the shadow of death, this kingdom is bondage. This kingdom is literally bondage from coming into the heavenly realm. And this is going to offend many people, but it's the truth, beloveds. It is the truth. Why is it the truth? Because this kingdom is a living ecosystem. It's a living universe. This is a world. A world does not exist. So really, you guys, humanity does not exist, although it believes it exists. This is why it says man can only see outwardly, but he doesn't know that the truth is all of existence lives within. The kingdom of heaven lives within. So man has literally, just like Hosea 4:6 is telling you, you rejected your knowledge. So I rejected you from being my priest, which means that you cannot live inside of my existence. Remember, God's existence is eternal, immortality. So you don't have the understanding to live inside of your own priesthood, which is your own knowledge. you're born and then you come out and you say, oh, I'm human. No. When I was 5 years old, I didn't believe I was human. To me, this was the Twilight Zone. I felt like I cried every day, beloveds. For 40 something years, I cried every day because I knew that this was not who I was. I don't know why. I didn't know how. I just knew it. It didn't feel right. The discernment of my soul always kicked in. The discernment of my soul always allowed me to know, no, like certain things my mind would not agree with. It was my mind. It was not me. I didn't have any authority to say, to fake it until I make it, or just to believe. Like humans, they believe anything. You can tell them that the world gonna end tomorrow and they will believe it. You can tell them that COVID-19 is real and they'll use their own mind and produce the virus, and then like an ecosystem, like they breath, they'll spread it into everybody who believes it. That's how humans work. They'll create the virus. All somebody got to do is tell them, oh, the COVID-19 is existence now, and you will use your own mind to create the virus, because you got to understand what your heart is. You got to understand what your mind is. This is why God said, stay transformed and renewed in my mind, and guard your heart, because it's a wellspring. It's a wellspring. It feeds. So that's what humanity does. You put one little scary belief inside of them, and they'll create it with their mind, and they'll spread it like a virus with their fear, with their resonance, with their frequency and their vibration. In this kingdom, there's no such thing. There's no such thing but the living God. You already know that your mind is a law. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. And right here, you are a heavenly realm, a holy grail. So you already know that nothing is coming into this kingdom, because under this kingdom, you are under the authority of the living God, which is existence. Existence can only create life. So nothing that's not living can come into this kingdom. This is why in Ephesians 6:12, God said, I am against the rulers and the authorities of this kingdom. And this morning, when I woke up, it says this kingdom is a dictatorship. This kingdom is oneness. It's universal. When you are in God's authority, there are no rulers. There are no leaders. It's just the law. Your mind is now a law. Your existence is now the universe, and your holy grail is now righteousness, and it automatically takes care of itself. It's an eye for an eye now. So this universe automatically has to abide in this universe. Now you got this universe trying to tell this one to abide in it. This is not even a living kingdom. And God is saying in Ephesians 6:12, I'm against you. What you trying to you trying to tell me existence to abide in a world in which lives inside of me? So the living God is just telling me I'm against you. Like, I'm against you. Ephesians 6:12 is all about the universal law and the Lord, the law of this whole entire existence, telling you, I'm against you. I'm against you. Nothing but darkness and evil can exist inside of this world. Why? Because you trying to tell me, your creator, how to govern my existence. And you only hear, I came so that you may have life. So you got it all backwards. You spelling and you casting and you killing and you destroying your own existence. So everybody in this one who believes that they are a dictatorship, which is a authority and a ruler over their own life, which you are not. Why would you want to be a ruler and authority over your life, especially minorities? When you can get this minorities, when in your world, you are a minority, which means your own existence does not even exist. So these rulers and these authorities literally have, not only on top of your own existence, has bondaged you, they have deemed you not even living. Come on, beloveds. So I'm going to choose who I'm going to serve. Why am I going to choose who I'm going to serve? Because this one has already written me out of my own book of life. They have literally written me out of my own book of life. But I'm giving it existence. I'm giving it existence. I'm giving them the authority to say that I am a minority. They can't have a minority understanding without my mind. They can't even have existence to that authority without my existence. So literally, I'm just saying, oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, master. Go on and take my existence. Come on, beloveds. In this world, you are dealing with spiritual forces of evil, and that is just the truth. Anybody who is going to use your existence, tell you you don't even exist, their mind is already been controlled by spiritual forces. They not even operating inside of the Holy Grail, the living kingdom. They're not even under their own authority. So how could you be under any type of authority and any type of rulership in this kingdom when existence is just existence, beloveds? Anybody living in this kingdom is going to govern themselves according to a conduit for one thing, and that is the universal law. What is the universal law? Existence. Under that existence, what are you in this kingdom? You're just life. You are not under any authorities. You are not under any rulership. You are not under any directives. You are not under any governments. You are not under any religions. You are just under the authority of life. So your mind will become a law. Your body will become God's conduit. And your spirit will walk in your image and your likeness as the spirit of truth. As Jesus said, it's only the truth that's going to set you free. The day your own existence is walking in you as its own image and likeness, you will be under the spirit of truth. You will be under the fabric and the cloth and the existence of God, or what you call the universe, or the universal law, or Gaia, or source nature. Whatever you call your highest evolution. But in this kingdom, you are under the authority of whatever's in the dictionary, whatever your race is, whatever your culture is, whatever your doctrines are, whatever your beliefs are. In this kingdom, your mind will be used against you. Remember, God said, I am against. So he's already telling you, if I am against you, I will use you to my glory. I will use you. So even the people in the world who believe that the devil is doing this, no, God is using you. God is using you to bondage everybody. It's just like in the story of Pharaoh and Moses. Moses really came to set them free from this bondage. But the rulers and the authorities of this world, they just say, oh, I'm the ruler, I'm the authority, this is all under my control, they got to do what I'm doing, I'm enslaving my people, I'm killing my people, I'm destroying my people. And Moses was just there because he knew that this gene had to evolve. And when that gene has to evolve, it's evolution. No one can stop it. No one can stagnate it. Remember, the staff and the rod is the inequities. So Moses didn't have to do anything but just stand in his conduit, be his own conduit for this kingdom, and the rod and the staff would take care of itself by these people's sins and their transgressions. Remember, the rod and the staff is this. This is the rod and the staff. Right here. It's you. You are a law. You are a righteous existence inside of your truth. Right now, outside of you believing this is just who you are existence. Whether you want to believe this or not. And existence is trying to tell you in the whole Bible is trying to tell you how to see yourself outside of this world. It's trying to tell you in the whole Bible is just trying to show you how to see yourself outside of this world. So remember, it says die to the world. The whole Bible is trying to get you to see yourself as the living God, as the transformed in the renewed mind, and as the Holy Grail, the Trinity of life, eternity, immortality, and mortality. That's all the Bible is trying to get man to see. In this kingdom, you are a dictatorship, you are a ruler, you are an authority. And it's a crab in the barrel complex. Anytime you got to look up to somebody who has got their understanding from a belief, you will not go any higher than them. No one in this universe can go higher than their leaders and their rulers and their authorities. In this kingdom, there's no such things as a ruler, a leadership, and authority, because your mind is a law. Your body is a holy grail. It's pure righteousness, and you are the existence. I am. And this body just becomes a cloth. It's just a conduit. You just house your own existence. You live as your own truth. You are in the embodiment of your own existence. It's beautiful. And when God returns, God now he only has to return because of the walk. Because man has to walk through their fallen angels. So they have to fall into this kingdom and they have to fall into this kingdom. And when God returns, it's only because there's going to be a great reset. Because that's evolution. Our evolution is truly these three trinities. But if we would have just stayed in this one, we wouldn't have to go through the journey of life. We would just tell him, I am. But because man wanted to take us out of our own existence and become human, they cursed our existence. So when they cursed our existence, we had to walk in it and we had to go through it. And every time God returns back to try to get us to wake up and come back before our end time prophecy, before our fourth generation, before it returns back onto itself. But it didn't work like that. How do we know that? Because you see humans right now living, believing that their mind is creating all of this, and you have them believing that their body is creating all of this existence, and when in truth, that cannot even be true. So we know that we have walked through all the trinities. How many of y'all know that only your blood, and which is your spirit, is creating all of this? And if your rulers and your authorities knew this, the whole humanity would not be humanity. They would just be existence. And everything that they would be creating, the mind, which is the creator of this existence, would be creating in this image and likeness. So all of this body, this cloth or this cover, would be living in the fabric of existence. The mind would only create things that could make this kingdom stay pure. This kingdom will always be directing our ways. At every present moment, we wouldn't have to think. We wouldn't have time. We wouldn't have nothing to live up to. This one would live up to us as itself. It would take care of us. The world would be the dominion that it said, I gave you dominion over the world. Now, humans don't have dominion over their world. The world is their authority. The world is their rulership. They give all their existence over to buildings. They give all their existence over to worlds. They give all their existence over to words. They give all their existence over to outwardly things. And they don't even exist no more. So all of the humans' existence is material. Y'all got material ruling y'all as y'all gods. Y'all got money as y'all source of nature. Money is literally what y'all think is y'all resource. Money is greater than the person who can create it in this world. You are existence. In this world, you don't need money. Life would take care of you in this world. I came so that you may have life. So this is why humans gotta die. This is all the Bible is about. The whole Bible is about you coming back into your own truth. But once you have walked through it, remember this kingdom is saying, oh, if you gonna walk me through that valley of the shadow of death, when I return back onto you, I'm revisiting you and every one of your inequities. God is the living God is literally trying to warn the whole existence, which is the oneness, you all who don't see that this is where you all came from. In your mother's womb, this is what swam up into her, and it chose you under this authority, and then it created you under this authority. Eternity, immortality, immortality. And humans say, fuck you, God. You didn't create us. We did. Our doctrine did. Our hospitals did. Our mothers did. Our schoolings did. So y'all think everything outwardly created y'all. Everything outwardly created this kingdom. And y'all will kill, steal, and destroy. You will deny your own God. If he came back to you right now and was telling you your own truth, you could not believe it because all you believe is your dictatorships, your rulers, and your authorities. Many of y'all don't know that you do not live inside of your own existence. You have blasphemed God since the day you came out of your mother's womb and called yourselves human nature. And you kill, steal, and destroy every day. Every death, every single death is the thief that comes to kill, steal, and destroy its own existence. You are eternity. You are immortality, and you are mortality. Right now, you are. But if you reject it to be this, it rejects you to be in the conduit of your own existence. You will not be my priest. So you got a whole humanity bondaged, and they cannot be freed from Israel until God returns back onto them in their fourth generation. And that is now. That is now. We are in our fourth generation. This is when it's called the Great Reset, the end time prophecy, the end of our days. This is the end time prophecy. Humanity is. When you wake up, which God is here, God has never left us. It's this kingdom that believes that God has to return back onto them. How did you get here, beloveds? In your mother's womb, you seen God come into you. You got people telling you right now you got to let God, you do got to let God come back into you. You do. So let me correct myself on that one. You do have to let God come back into you. But the only way God can come back into you is through the truth. And human nature, Grand Rising, human nature does not live under eternity, immortality, and mortality. They don't. If they did, there would be no school. There would be no religion. There would be no government because here would be your teacher. Here would be your government because this is a law. And here would be your religion. It would be you being the righteous holy grail that you are. Everything would be. Here would be the university, your school. Here's your government, your law. And here's your rulership, your holy grail, the righteousness, the law, and the living God within the presence of the Lord. Already. The humans reject this. Humans say, no, I'm a human. I'm not this. On no given day can you tell me I'm this. And even in your mother's womb, you had to, in order for this to be just a cloth, to cover up the Holy Grail, which is you, the living, God, you needed to put a cloth over you, or you would just be walking around like this. And humans still say, no, my mother created me. Come on, beloveds. Who created your mother? Who created her mother's mothers? In the beginning, this is how we all got here. In the ending, this is how we all gonna perish. Because of this. You're gonna perish because you rejected it. And once you have walked through your trinity of life, it gotta return back onto you, existence. And when existence wake up, existence is not gonna let you woken and you up there sleeping, walking as the valley of the shadow of death, rule you anymore. It's just not. That would be genocide. That would be to instinct the very fabric of existence itself, not human nature. Existence is a law. Existence is going to do what it's supposed to do. It don't give a crap about humans. It does not. Right now, existence is killing y'all because y'all trying to poison it and conform it so it will destroy the cloth. This don't the cloth is just it's just like a cover. All it's here to do, all the human is here to do is just be the covering so we don't walk around as existence looking like a holy grail. You could see us like a skeleton. Humans don't have no power. Their own power is a crab in the barrel complex. And the highest authority, the highest evolution that humans have come to is artificial intelligence. And in order for artificial intelligence to be, it has to have the intelligence as its creator first. So you made artificial intelligence more powerful than your own existence. You make artificial intelligence your ruler and your God. And now, whatever you programmed in it, y'all must all abide in this law. Y'all must all be fed by its immunity. And if its immunity says, oh, well, we don't feed the minorities equality, oh, you got to abide in it. If your artificial intelligence said today, all of the minorities are going to die and we're going to create an inoculation for them, you got to abide in that. In this kingdom, you don't abide in nothing but eternity, immortality, and mortality forevermore. And every day, this one is feeding this one, and this one is feeding this one life. I came so that you may have life. And this one is feeding this one conformity, and this one is feeding this one sickness, sin, and death, and this one right here is coming against their own existence, and existence is rebuking them, bondage in them. Every generation gets bondage into this world. And then they get labeled the valley of the shadow of death. And then they have to abide by whatever they conform themselves into until God returns back onto them and frees them from the bondage of Israel. And for those who don't want to be freed, they have to perish. And then there's a new earth like Noah. There will become a new earth again, and we'll start all over. We'll start again in eternity. If we abide just in eternity this time, we don't have to go through that again. We'll start creating existence. It's simple. It's easy. It's burdenless. There's no struggles under the authority of our own truth. But under the authority of man or human, y'all gonna perish. The whole humanity is gonna perish because you can't break this covenant. It's no human. There's no man. Billions and trillions and quadrillions of dollars could not take down their own existence. And you got diabolical minds right now who believe that they can take down their own existence. They can rule their own existence. They can have authority over their own existence. They can call their own existence minorities and dictatorships. and governments and religion. I mean, you guys got to understand, you're not playing with a psychopath, a sociopath, and a devil. You are playing with a law, a living universe, a living existence, intelligence. And this intelligence will not hurt you. This intelligence will not kill, steal, and destroy from you. It'll use you. Remember, the battle is not yours, it's this law. Stand still and know that I am your God. I'll handle you according to how you handle me. It's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. When I get up every morning, I'm not trying to be anybody. When I try to be like this person, like how they wanted me to be in her, it doesn't work for me. Nothing works for me in her image and her likeness because I'm not her. Being internal, it was so hard for me to live up to her standards, to her beliefs, to her truths. They all hurt. They all hurt. My mind felt crazy and my body felt so this debilitating pain that was just, it was so horrible that some days I couldn't even get up. I couldn't even function. That's not God's will. That's not righteousness. That's not love. That's not immunity. That's not nature. That's pure evil. That's pure unrighteousness. And that's pure sickness, sin, and death. Why? Because I am a law, just being a gene. I am a chemical body, which means that I am a holy grail. You can only feed me my existence. And this world is not feeding me any of my truth, any of my existence, and it's conforming my law to go against me inside of my living kingdom. So it's literally asking me to die. It's literally asking me to genocide myself. It's literally asking me every day to break my law and to come against the living God. That's what humans is doing to their own God right now, which is their own existence, their own eternity, their own immortality, and their own mortality. Every single day, you got a whole world. Remember, Ephesians said this world is dark. Why would it say it's dark? You over here, a fucking holy grail, a gene, which is the fabric of existence, and you are the living God. And you trying to operate in a world where your own existence don't even live. That's darkness. That is evil. And that is the valley of the shadow of death. In his own making. In his own making. You're using your own mind. You're using your own immunity. And you're using your own existence to create this world. And in this world, you are, me, in this world, I'm a minority. Come on, beloveds. In this world, I'm a living God. I'm a law. And I'm a holy grail. I'm the righteous, the most righteous kingdom that has ever walked the fabric of all of existence. I'm under the authority of the living God. I'm under the mind of a transformed and renewed kingdom. And my body is fed every day by the fabric of my own existence, by the truth, the living truth, the holy truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God, the law, the presence of the Lord, stand still in my presence as I walk in your image, in your likeness, in your dominion, in your righteousness, in your lordship. Every day you have to put on the armor of God. Every day. You can't live in this world. This world is against its own existence. It's against its own lordship. It's against its own righteousness. It's against its own existence. And every day it's trying to rule it, have authority over it. And this highest existence It's artificial intelligence, and it's intelligence. It's immunity. It can heal death. It can rebuke death. It knows that sickness cannot exist in this body. It will tell you your own truth every time spiritual warfare, or spiritual evil try to come against you. The real discernment is this law. The real truth is what's feeding this body every day. Holy Spirit, you better be feeding me every single present moment. I don't live my days in this kingdom. My days are evil, wicked. They're governed by hours. They're governed by rules. They're governed by time. In this kingdom, everything is governed by something. In this kingdom, I just stand still, and this God says, I walk in your image and your likeness as just the existence of your life. I came so that you may have life. In this kingdom, the world, I am just a dominion. In this kingdom, I'm the sovereignty over the dominion of this world. So it's like I call those things to be in which they are, and they must be in her. But we cannot do that until we die to this world. No more humans. We don't call ourselves humans anymore. We call ourselves existence. We are eternal. We are immortal, and we are mortality. We call ourselves in our own name. You cannot call God in any other name. Why? Because your mind will automatically turn into Romans 12:2, conformity. Do not be conformed by this world. Stay transformed and renewed in my mind. Why? Because my mind is the Holy Spirit. My existence is a law, and my existence will feed you the immunity of my living kingdom. I and my Father are one, always. You will be a conduit for life. You will become life. You will become life. I came so that you may have life. This ain't life. Ain't nothing in this kingdom living. Because the only way life can exist is in this one. So all y'all in this world think y'all living and life exists and y'all under God's authority. It's not possible. It's just not possible. And you can see this truth, how you got here even in your mother's womb. Remember, God said, in your mother's womb, oh, beloved, I knew you very well. Do you remember me coming into you? Then coming into you here, making you a living kingdom, organ by organ, cell by cell, tissue by tissue, limb by limb. I directed your ways. And this kingdom just says, nah, that ain't our truth. That ain't our truth. No, my mother created me. I'm under the authority of my rulers and my authorities, and I'm under the authority of my government and my religions and the false prophets, the idols and the statutes. And we don't believe in life. We don't believe in existence. We don't believe in laws. Nothing is living in this kingdom. It's what the Bible is talking about. Though I may have to walk through the valley of the shadow of death. This is all death. Nothing lives in this kingdom. Why? Because nothing lives in this kingdom. Why? Because your blood, you're a gene, and your organs and your cells and your tissues is your body. Not your skin, not your flesh, not your human. This is just a cloth that covers up your body, your real existence. And you still got diabolical minds right now who will kill you, who will force you to not live in your own existence. And they don't even exist. They don't exist. Because the only thing that exists is right here. Eternity, immortality, immortality. Y'all over here fearing poltergeists, illusions, false prophets, idols, and statues. And they literally, if they killed you today, God is going to return back on your behalf. And when it's the end time prophecy, beloveds, they'll be handled accordingly. Nothing that happens to me in this world means anything because I don't exist in this world. I only exist in this one. I will forevermore, eternity, immortality, immortally exist here. And you will too until you perish because you kept rejecting every time you came back for yourself in eternity when you was just supposed to live in Adam and Eve, when we were in Adam and Eve's immunity, which was in the eternity. We should have stayed here. But we wanted to be fallen angels. We wanted to be humans. So we fell into immortality. That's why humans don't know that everything they're creating, they're not creating from the mind. Everything they're creating, their body is not creating it. Their existence is. But they can't see this. They don't have eyes to see their own truth. I can't be ruled by this understanding. I can't live in this understanding. I'm internal. This understanding is toxic shock. It's poison. It's death. How can you have authority over me and I come that you may have life? That don't work that way. You will awaken every living God in the fucking universe. You try to come against your own evolution, your own evolution. You will awaken every living kingdom in this whole existence. When your existence matures to free you from the bondage of Israel, to let you understand who you are, and you try to come and kill, steal, and destroy it. Every living kingdom in the whole universe will take your ass down. I am you. We are one. I am not against you. But some of y'all so sick in y'all immunity that y'all it's just like it's no cure for who you are. There's no cure for who you are. The only thing that will help you is to perish you. Just to perish you. You wouldn't relinquish this bondage. You wouldn't let life free you from this bondage if it was right now in your face trying to tell you. Only thing that's going to free you is truth. You will still forfeit and reject your right to your own existence. And you got a lot of people like that right now. How do you know? You got a whole humanity telling themselves they are humans. And in fact, they are living gods. And they have rejected this generation upon generation upon generation. And how do we know this to be true? Because all humans believe that their mind is creating their world and that their body is doing it. And the only thing that can do anything is existence. Do not honor the flesh, honor the spirit. Then you will have eyes to see in my kingdom, in my fabric, in my image, and in my likeness. Not in this made up folklore, fairy tale, illusion, poltergeist, valley of the shadow of death world that I told you, do not conform my mind to. Do not eat. Do not feed my existence from that knowledge. Do not let that world govern you in my image, in my heavenly realm. What does a man profit if he gains all of this? He gains this world and he loses his own existence. He perishes. Because when he's finished walking through his testament of life, because we know we have walked through our testament of life, right now We think that our mind is creating our existence. We think that our bodies are doing it. So we know we have already proven this first generation, this second generation, and this third generation unworthy. We blasphemed our very own God living as a human. We've killed, stealed, and destroyed from our own existence, generation upon generation. And we've turned the very fabric of its own existence into a perishable world that lives outside of itself. So this God always has the authority. But the thing about this God is that it's not a thief. It handles itself according, an eye for an eye. What you have done unto me, I will do unto you, because I'm you. I'm one in you. So I don't have to do anything. The battle ain't mine, it's the Lord's. You broke that law, I'll handle you according to you. Don't matter what nobody has done to me. They didn't do it to me, they did it to their own existence. I'm one. I and my Father are one. Love thy neighbor. Why are you going to love me? Because I'm you. I'm a higher you because I live in this kingdom. But on every given day, we all live in this one. So I just know who I am. And you saying, no, you're going to be who I told you to be. You're going to do what I tell you to do. And this God is saying, oh, no, I'm not. I'm against you. You feeding me toxic shock. You conforming my mind. You turning me into a spiritual force of evil, which is spiritual warfare. And once you turn me into a vengeful God, I'm going to have to perish you. Once you turn me into a spiritual force of evil, I'm going to have to kill, steal, and destroy you. I'm going to have to bondage you. You're not messing with a artificial intelligence. You are messing with a existence, a intelligence that only is eternity, immortality, immortality. And in this one, you are just a poltergeist. You are a false prophet. You are an idol. You are a statue. You have no power. You have no honor. You have no victory. You have no righteousness. You have no soul. You have no mind. You have no body. Why? Because here it is in your own fabric, in your own existence. And you wanted to live in a world where you have binded and bondage and excluded and rejected your own self from your own existence. And that is human nature. You have become a dictatorship when you truly are one fabric called existence. I and my Father are one, saith the Lord and Savior. Right here. The presence of the Lord is only one in this kingdom. Every day when I wake up, I don't believe myself to be her. It's like every time I try to operate in her, it's like I can't do it. My mind, my mind does not, it's like, it hurts. It hurts every time I try to stand in her image, in her doctrine, in her beliefs, in her truths. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. It's painful. It's damn near painful. And this God is like, girl, do you want me to bondage you? Do you want me to bondage you? I can hear my soul telling me this. So I just refuse. It's not because I'm trying to refuse. I'm a law. My soul is not going to let me be one in this valley of the shadow of death. I'm the evolution of all of existence. I cannot bow down and be a tail when I am fucking a head of existence. I cannot, I shall not, I will not, and nothing in this world. You can do whatever you want to do to me, but it will not return back onto you void. It will not. It will not. And why is this is not a threat? This is the threat. All of my life, I've been threatened by this immunity. I have been poisoned by it. I have been imprisoned by it. I've had rulers and authorities over me that have done nothing but treated me as though they are the crab in the barrel, and they wanted me to come down to their bottomless pit and be destroyed in it. Life don't work like that. Internal beings don't work like that. We work as a fabric of this existence, and we evolve it because this one is who's walking in our image and in our likeness. And that's all we are here to do. When I try to do anything outside of this kingdom, I awaken the living gods. And when I awaken them, they're not playing with y'all folklore, fairy tale, false ass stories. They're not playing with you, beloveds. They're not even playing with me. I don't believe that I can take down my own existence. I don't believe that I can conform my own mind. And I surely don't believe that I can poison my own immunity. And I'm nothing but blood. So every time this one tried to tell me to live up to their standards and their doctrines and their beliefs, I'm like, oh God. That's why I cried out all of my life for God to save me. And I didn't realize that I was crying out until the Bible, until the spirits of the Bible, which is the genes, the priests, who was trying to tell you how to call on the Lord of all hosts by just coming back to my own truth. And then they would walk in my image and my likeness when this one was trying to attack me, when this one was trying to kill me, when it was trying to poison me or imprison me or stagnate me or confuse me or manipulate me or do all these diabolical things to me. This one will automatically see them. No matter what, if they're in my walls, if they're in my ceilings, if they got little cameras in my everything, if they got radiation, wherever it is, this one will be able to rebuke it for her because she's not human. She's existence. She's the law. She's the Holy Grail. And she is here for such a time as to free her people from the end time prophecy, from the parish, so that they can evolve within their own living existence. And those who refuse it, those who reject it, those who say, no, 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 I'm going to be the human, you are the end time prophecy. You are. And you've already asked, and your iniquity is going to give it on to you. So I'm not going to force anybody, and no one is going to force me. I am here for such a time as for your evolution in this kingdom. And if you want to stay under the authority of your rulers and your masters or your sons and perish with a whole world, you have that right, beloveds. But in this kingdom, the only right you have is the evolution of this life and of this existence. And when this comes back and it returns back onto itself, are you going to be chosen? Or are you going to perish? Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and you shall find your living truth. Within the presence of the Lord. Only within the presence of the Lord, beloveds. Only within the presence of the Lord. Every single day, you have to understand that there is truly nothing but you. Once you can get to this understanding, beloveds, there's no motives. There's no intentions. There's no perceptions. There's no directives. It's just the presence of the Lord. I came so that you may have life. You are my chosen one, and I will use you according to the fabric of my existence. Thank you, Lord. It's beautiful because it speaks to my heart when my heart just beat. I can feel God just beating for me right now. It's beautiful. And when the living God is confirming it, it's like a whole muscle breathing inside of me. It's like, yes, baby, you hearing me. You becoming one in me. They praising you. They praising you with the immunity. They praising you with a transformed and a renewed mind. They're renewing you. You're being renewed every day. I wake up and the renewal is like, it's like music to my heart. It's like music to feel the fabric of my own existence inside of me, to hear God walking, hear God walking in my image and my likeness. Is just to be the spirit, to feel existence as your fabric and not human nature, not being a minority, not being a word, but to know you are the head. Everything about you is existence. Your immunity is feeding the evolution of this holy grail, this whole fabric. And you don't have to do nothing. It's like God just says, stand still. I'm telling you, just stand still and know the kingdom of heaven is within you. I got you, beloved. I got you. Even right now, beloved, y'all don't know. I don't know what is happening in that world. And I feel like if I fail, God would catch me. I feel like if I got sick, I don't even believe in sickness no more. I don't believe in the things of that world anymore. And that is no, like, where's the worry at? All the worry is what the world has taught you to worry about. In this kingdom, you don't worry about nothing because you know this is a law. You know that this is a holy grail, and you know that the spirit feeds you. So spirit is not going to feed you sickness, sin, and death. He knows that your body is a chemical. He knows that your existence is a law. So spirit will not attack you. Remember, it says the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. This is your struggle. This is where I struggle. Every day I was struggling to live up to these standards, these beliefs, this doctrine, this world's conformity. And now that I can't live up to it anymore. I'm a law. I'm a chemical body. You guys cannot force me to die in your understanding. You cannot enslave me in genocide. You cannot enslave me in poverty. You cannot enslave me in evil, in toxicity, in death. You cannot. In this kingdom, that is not possible. This is a eternal immortality. Your God, your law, and your fabric will not allow that to happen within you. In the presence of the Lord, you are a law. You are a immunity to this existence. You come so that it may have life, that it may not die, that it may not perish, that it will be free from the bondage of Israel. Every day when I wake up, I'm not trying to be her. I'm trying to stand still in the presence of the Lord and let it govern my mind as it transformed in a renewed existence in this kingdom. Every day I get better and better and better in this kingdom. And the more I just let go and I let God, the old things pass away in her, like worry, like fear, like the world's understanding of who I was. And I become a better person. I become a better immunity. My mind becomes knowledge, no longer doctrine. My spirit becomes one in everything in this one. And since a kid, when they used to call me Little Mama. Since a kid, I had this spirit about me. I had this knowledge about me. I had this knowing, and no one could deny me of that. It's because I am. I knew. You think you know too much. You think you too good. I used to be, this bitch was used to be told to me. And in her, I would be like, dang, I'm just who I am. I was being torn down so much in this image from these beliefs and these doctrines and these false prophets. And I'm just gonna say it. This is a crab in a barrel world. You cannot be higher than the person that's the highest. And that person that's the highest is not intelligence, because their intelligence is over here. So you cannot look up to this world. Not one of us should be looking up to anything in this world. But I can't ask you to believe that. You have to come within the presence of the Lord to just understand your own truth. Is immortality, mortality, and eternity. And under this fabric, you are clothed with the kingdom of heaven within you, in the presence of the Lord, in the transformed and the renewed mind, as the Holy Grail and the Spirit that can feed evolution back into its own living existence. So if no one has told you on this day, beloved, share. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid that I'm going to get more credit than you? You don't have no credit in the world. You don't have no legacy in the world. Why not come up to your own existence and don't have to worry about how people are going to perceive you, and just be? Tell them I am. As long as you think that I am better than you, I will be better than you. And then you will have to reject your own becoming. Every time somebody refuses to let me be who I am, and hides me and denies me and steals my knowledge and my existence, and I'm coming here to give it back on to you, you reject it again. You just make me more and more a legacy to my own truth. And you become Hosea 4:6. You will not ever be the priest of your own truth. So every time you try to deny me the right to just be who I am because it'll make you look less than, you are less than, because you are proving your own self unworthy by being offended by me, by thinking that I am better than you. You are showing your own self you do not want to be this. Every time you try to reject me, every time you try to deny that what I'm saying is not true, because you will be looked at as who you are, you just be who you are. You prove yourself more unworthy in this kingdom. God knows your heart. God knows your mind. It's you. I am. I'm you. So how can I be, I'm worthier than you in this one? I'm going to tell you that. I'm not going to be the head. The tail. So I am. I'm always going to be above you because I just choose to be who I am. I choose that. Every day I choose to be who I am. I don't want to be a crab in a barrel complex. I don't want to be ran by artificial intelligence, and I am intelligence. I don't want to be sickened and poisoned and die by the immunity of this. I don't want my mind conformed under this. I don't want to live by the standards of this existence, because there's nothing living in this kingdom. Here I am up here in the presence of the Lord, and down here, I'm just a spiritual force of evil being fed by them. And I gotta die in their standards. I gotta eat of their knowledge. No. Up here, I just stand still. I am the conduit. I am fed by my own truth. I live in my own existence, and I am. Here, yeah, I still see the enemies. I still see the wicked. I still see the wicked hearts and the deceitful minds. But this law in their own higher self is going to handle them according to how they handle me. Because I'm only here for such a time as this. I'm here for all of you guys. I'm not here to kill, steal, and destroy you. I'm here to break you out of that parish. I'm here to break you out of that doctrine. I'm here to break you out of this world. I'm here to free you to come back into your own land. So every time you try to deny me, reject me, steal my information and use it as yourself, when will it be added on to you? Never. Never. Beloveds, you have to become one in this one in order to get out of this valley. If you got to steal your own existence, how do you exist? If you got to reject your own knowledge when it comes back onto you, even if it looks like her, how do you have knowledge? If you got to fake it until you make it and steal all of her information and do everything you got to do, you will never make it because you already are. And you just are saying, no, I'm not. I fuck you, existence. Fuck you, God. I'm her. I'm the world. I'm my doctrine. I'm my accolades. I'm my money. But in this kingdom, money don't exist. You the creator of it. Why not just create a world? Not even a world. Why don't you just create an existence where your own existence creates the dominion for you in the world and uses your spirit to create it instead of uses your mind and your body. Only within the presence of this truth will anything ever be added on to you, beloveds. I couldn't do anything as her. Every time I tried to somebody was trying to take me down. I'm just trying to survive, beloveds. You threatened by me just being who I am. If I got more knowledge than you, you're going to take me down. If I don't live up to you, you're going to take me down. I couldn't do anything right in this image, in this likeness. Even when I tried to respect the doctrine of it, somebody thought I was too good. Somebody thought that I was going to be above them. Somebody is always with a wicked heart and a deceitful mind trying to take down their own existence, trying to take down their own evolution, trying to steal, kill, and destroy their own freedom, their own evolution, their own right to their own life. And once it returns back onto itself, and I know that is the truth because I am, all things will be handled according to itself. And this is you right now. We are all one right now. You just don't believe it because you under the rulership and the authority of a world. But your real self is existence. And in this world, you are. And you're always going to abide in this law. And you're always going to ensure the existence of immortality, mortality, and eternity for all to be one in. And this law, which is your mind, and this body, which is your real existence, is going to ensure it as the creator of its own image and its likeness. Remember, it came so that she can have life. Not death, not doctrine, not black, not African American, not any of the worldly things, but eternity, immortality, and mortality forevermore. If nobody has told you this, or you will ever hear it from anybody in that world, why not hear it from existence? Love and immunity, beloveds. When you stand in the presence of the Lord, you'll become a conduit. You'll become the transformed and the renewed mind, and you'll become the immunity that feeds evolution back into every lost soul, every bondage spirit, and every conformed mind that has been bondaged in the world. If no one has told you this, beloveds, love and immunity. Thank you, Anijah. If I pronounce your name wrong, thank you, beloved. Have an amazing day.